starting our presentation today with a little bit of the horrible macroeconomic and market overview, which unfortunately has been our reality now since the end of 2022, when it all began. Hopefully, we're coming to the end of it. Hopefully, the fact we've been able to have the very first positive EBITDA quarter in over 2 years. I think hopefully this is the end of this atrocious Brazilian great agricultural crisis, and we will see now a resumption, a movement towards normality. So in the next slide, we can see a little bit about the disastrous Brazilian interest rate, currently sitting at 15%. The expectation in terms of reduction, you can see on this slide, comes from the Focus Research, which is an average of expectations from market analysts in Brazil. However, there are other banks such as JP Morgan that have a much more bullish expectation on the reduction of the Brazilian interest rate. We think there are good reasons why they have an expectation for a faster reduction. Those reasons include the fact inflation seems to be under control, but also the fact we're approaching election year in Brazil, and there's no doubt that a reduction on interest rates will be a big boost and a big expectation. So this is something to look very carefully, because it has a massive impact in farmers, has a big impact on our operations, and it's something to keep an eye on, and it looks like it's moving in the right direction. Next slide. The agricultural market, terrible, as we've discussed. I think I don't know if you can see on your screen, should be able to mind, there's a little icon here. Yeah, it's gone now. But you can see the increase in judicial recovery filings, which is essentially when someone either can't or doesn't want to pay its debt, and then makes a filing to the courts and gets to benefit from the very favorable Brazilian regulatory system towards debtors. So you can see a material increase in Q3, which we don't have the data yet published, but the situation just remains really, really negative. The government, though, has been trying to help. So there has been a few initiatives to try to bring more credit, but nothing that has been able to materially benefit the sector. Next slide, please. Just more information about prices on the different commodities, on projections. And I think the overall feeling among farmers, among interested commentators, is that there is a good level of optimism for the next cycle, for the next year, and we hope everyone is right, because quite honestly, I think we had enough of this great Brazilian agricultural crisis. So hopefully next year we go back to recovering normality.